Welcome back to a new episode of Cooking with Kayla D. I'm Kayla, and that's my husband Randy. Today we're going to be making easy ground beef stroganoff. Yummy! I also want to do a YouTuber shout out. I want to do a YouTuber shout out to two wonderful ladies in whom I developed this recipe from watching their recipes. So I want to do a shout out to YouTuber and blog personality Natasha from natashaskitchen.com. She has a YouTube channel and she does these amazing, wonderful recipes. I will put a link for her website, her YouTube channel, and her recipe for the stroganoff in the description area. And a shout out to Mandy from Mandy in the Making. My husband and I love watching her channel as well. She is a blogger and a YouTuber personality. She does have a website. I will put a link to that, a link to her channel, and also a link to the recipe that I learned from in the description area. I hope you check them both out. They are amazing, wonderful ladies. And now for your ingredients for this delicious recipe. You're going to need 1 pound of ground beef or meat of your choice, 1 pound of egg noodle pasta or pasta of your choice, 1/2 cup of sour cream, 1/2 cup of Lay's onion dip, 1/2 cup of cream of mushroom soup, 1/2 of a diced onion of choice, 2 tablespoons of crushed garlic, 1 cup of sliced mushrooms, 1 cup of beef broth, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, or as Mandy calls it, the Dub sauce, 1 tablespoon of butter, 1/4 cup of chopped parsley, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and salt and pepper to taste. Here are all my ingredients prepped and ready to go. Next, I'm going to go ahead and spray my skillet and get it on medium to medium-high heat. While that is getting warm, I also have a large pot of boiling water in the background to cook my pasta. I'm going to go ahead and add my ground beef to the pan. If you're using ground chicken or turkey, you'll want to put probably a little bit more of the oil in there and then go ahead and add that in there. You're going to cook this on medium-high, add your salt and pepper to season, and cook this for about 2 to 3 minutes and then go ahead and stir it. You want to try to build a texture on your ground beef. So you will just flip that and turn it around as well as you can and then let it to continue cook until it is cooked through. Right before I have it cooked through, I will go ahead and move my meat to one side of the pan while it's continuing to cook. I'm going to go ahead and do my draining method this way. I don't like to drain my meat because it makes a huge mess. I've learned to take some paper towels and just fold them up and place them on that side. This time I did not fold them, but I've learned since making this video to fold them up and place them on the side to suck up any of that excess oil and water that is draining off from the meat. I have a little dish to the side that I put those paper towels on until they cool off before I will go ahead and put them into the trash. I usually will do it once, stir my meat around and see how much liquid is left in, and generally I will have to go back in and remove more. This time I did not. It ended up being really nice because you do want a little oil in that pan. Once you take your meat out and set it aside, you'll want to go ahead and add a little bit more oil to your skillet. I do not wipe my skillet out. I want that flavor there. I will add in my mushrooms and my onion. Then I make a little well in the center for my butter. I will go ahead and add butter into the middle. That's why you don't put a lot of cooking oil in this, because you are adding some butter to it. And I do use the avocado oil spray, that or olive oil spray. It keeps the butter from burning, so that way you can still cook it at a medium to medium high heat. If you use a different type of oil, you will risk the chance of your butter burning at that high temperature, but you do want that temperature because you want your onions and your mushrooms to saute and not boil. I went ahead and I did place some salt and pepper on those and mix them around. Once they were cooked down a little bit and the onions were translucent, I went ahead and added in my crushed garlic and I mixed that up and I let that cook for another 60 seconds. Then I went ahead and I added in my beef broth. I'm using the Kettle Fire beef broth. It's bone beef broth. I will leave a link in the description, and no, I'm not sponsored by them. Here I added in that Worcestershire sauce and Dijon mustard. And no, I never say it right. Then you'll add in your cream of mushroom soup, your sour cream, and your Lipton onion dip. And you'll go ahead and mix that in until it is well incorporated into your sauce. I cooked it another 5 minutes, and then I added in my beef back into the sauce, and I stirred that around. And once I had that well incorporated, then I went ahead and added my pasta directly into that. Then I mixed it and got it well incorporated, so the sauce and the meat got mixed very thoroughly through the pasta. And I turned the heat down to medium low, and I cooked it on medium low while stirring. And I did not put this in the description ingredients, but I did choose to use some of the fresh powdered Parmesan cheese. Most people buy it in a container off the shelf. It's just the grated Parmesan, like that you put on pizza. I went ahead and just put a little bit on top of there. The only reason I did is because that this one is from Lowe's Foods, and because we have a Lowe's Foods and they freshly grated there for us, we went ahead and got some of the powdered foreign Parmesan. The recipe does not call for it, but I did add a little bit to it just because we like the nutty bite of the Parmesan, and Stroganoff for some reason. We're weirdos. Then I went ahead and added the parsley right on to the top of that. A quick stir, and boom, it's ready to serve. You go ahead and serve that up. I did do a little fancy presentation by putting it into a ramekin and taking a photo just to show you a fancier way of eating, but this is how we normally eat at home. We just plate it up right onto a plate, and I always make sure to get a lot of mushrooms into my husband's plate. But that's the fancy version right there. You just put it into a ramekin, place your plate on top of it, flip it, and then gently pull your ramekin up, and that's what it would look like if you're doing like a little gourmet style, want to feel like you're on a romantic date. We thank you for joining us here on Cooking with Kayla D once again. We'd ask that you would like, subscribe, comment, and let us know a little bit about yourself so we can get to know you from here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. God bless you, may God keep you, and may God keep waking you up with those beautiful sunrises so you can stay in the kitchen and keep on cooking. And remember to check out the links in the description box area. Also check out Natasha's kitchen and also Mandy in the Making.
Rejoice always, pray without ceasing, and everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verses 16, 17, and 18.
My disclaimer.